Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I'm going to take you through 5 steps to help you manage your emotions more effectively. And these 5 steps are going to help you also understand the relationship you actually have to your emotions. So for those of you that are new to this channel, I teach a whole bunch of different information about how to reprogram your subconscious mind and target healing and personal development at the subconscious level because it's a necessity for real change to occur. So the first step we're going to talk about here is the importance of understanding your emotions. So in order to properly process your emotions, what you need to know is that your emotions are a beautiful feedback system. They are always letting you know when something is out of alignment. Now, the things that are usually out of alignment are unmet needs or painful narratives that we've given to ourselves, meaning that we give to situations. So let's say, for example, that somebody's on quarantine, and let's say that they have an unmet need for love and connection because they're not used to getting their same amount of connection that they did in the past because things are closed, they can't go out, they can't do things. So you will have emotional pain there. The only time we literally ever have emotional pain or suffering are because of unmet needs or stories. So physical pain is obviously a different thing. So you've got this unmet need for love and connection. Now, oftentimes what we see happen is when you have an unmet need for love and connection, we'll then tell a story about it. The moment we have an unmet need, we'll try to give meaning to understand why the need is not being met. And you can imagine if somebody says, oh, well, the meaning they give is, I'm going to be alone forever. I'm unlovable. That's why I don't have love and connection. I'm not good enough. I'm worthless. Then you have suffering. So the story is the suffering, the meaning we give to the need not being met, or the meaning we give to situations in general or circumstances that we're exposed to. And so it's really important to recognize that we're feeling bad. And it's feedback. It's letting us know, hey, we have an unmet need. We're out of alignment with our needs. Or we have some kind of painful story we're creating. And that's part of what's perpetuating this feeling of suffering. And so what we want to start by being able to do, and this is step 2, is witness. And this means when you see your emotions coming up, to first be present with them. And I want you to imagine that you have a friend coming over. And let's say you're having a really bad day. What do you want the friend to do? You want the friend to be like, hey, why are you having a bad day? What's going on? How are you feeling? And this is something we need to be able to do in the relationship to ourselves. We need to be able to witness and notice the emotion and be there with it and pay attention to it and realize it's there to serve us. It's there to show us that something's not quite right. And so when we can go inwards and be like, okay, what is the unmet need? Or what is the story I'm telling myself about a situation? Then we then have the opportunity to start correcting these things, okay, and actually change our emotional state. So this brings us to step 3, and this is get curious. Ask yourself, what is the meaning I'm giving to a situation? What stories have I been telling myself? What's my internal dialogue like as of the last few minutes when I started feeling bad? I started feeling off, sad, upset, frustrated, angry. And then what is the meaning that I'm giving to a situation? So let's say, for example, that you start feeling frustrated when your partner didn't do the dishes, and you see the dishes and you see that they're not done, and you get angry or frustrated or upset. You ask yourself, okay, what's the meaning that I'm giving to this situation? And maybe you find, oh, the meaning I'm giving to the situation is that my partner doesn't love me. They don't care about me. They don't want to support me. They don't see me or understand that I need support. So you're finding this story in the situation. And then step 4 is we have to equilibrate the story. So we have to really challenge it, okay? Now, sometimes our stories are true, but the vast majority of the time, they're actually not true. The vast majority of the time, your partner didn't not do the dishes because they don't care about you. Your partner didn't do the dishes because they forgot, or they had their own programming or their own stress or their own distractions. And so we have to try to challenge these stories that we tell ourselves, because if you start paying close attention to your internal dialogue, you will see the vast majority of things that are really causing you suffering are based on things that are not 100% true, based on worst case scenario conclusions your mind is drawing as a strategy to gain certainty and understanding. that really aren't always exactly what you think that they are. And so it's not us doubting our feelings, it's us challenging. Are we creating mountains out of molehills here? Are we triggered because somebody didn't call us back and we're making it mean that we're unlovable, because we didn't get the job and that we wanted, and we make it mean we're not good enough, or we're completely unsafe and nothing's ever going to work out for us? And you'll see when we get into those trains of thought, we have a lot of that suffering. What I mean by equilibrate is like, look for proof of otherwise. The reason that we do this is because the subconscious mind doesn't speak language. So when we say, no, my partner does care about me, they just forgot to do the dishes, that helps us not go down the rabbit hole of telling all the stories to ourselves about why we're not cared about or we're not lovable. But the subconscious speaks through emotion and imagery. So when we look for proof that our partner in fact does care, we actually try to like pull the new idea all the way through. We think of, oh, well, my partner said they love me. They said, you know, X, Y, Z. They went out of their way on the weekend. They went to see my family. They, you know, and you find proof. That proof actually exists as emotions and it's stored, right? Like there are feelings contained within those pieces of evidence and imagery. And so you're actually helping your conscious mind to speak to your subconscious mind, which is where this wound is born from in the first place. So you find evidence to support the opposite. You're really challenging your story, and then you're finding evidence. And then step 5 here is we want to ask ourselves, what do we need? And what is a strategy to get this need met? So maybe I need to have a conversation with my partner and remind them to do the dishes. Maybe I need to, apply for a few more jobs and make a game plan if things aren't working out for me the way I wanted them to. So it's like, what are our strategies to then overcome these things? Now, sometimes it'll take a little bit to actually get the need met. Maybe you're like, I need a job, but if you can't get exactly that, get as close to it as you can. A game plan to really push yourself ahead, a game plan to support yourself in finding a job more quickly, reaching out for resources, finding a mentor, having coffee chat, like whatever it is, making sure that you have steps in place to drive you towards meeting that need. And that helps you to deal with the pain of the unmet needs, as well as the suffering of the meaning you're giving to them. You get rid of that suffering. You poke holes in the suffering, especially if it's an untrue piece of meaning you're giving to a situation that's self-defeating, and then you strategize for your needs. And it's changing your thinking, meeting your needs. Change your thinking, meet your needs. Very important. And it will help you deal with the root causes that are creating the effect of the emotion to begin with. So this is actually called the emotional processing tool. This is a very high-level introductory version to it. And I have a really in-depth course called the Emotional Mastery and Belief Reprogramming course that covers this, as well as many other tools that help you actually actively reprogram your subconscious mind. It is literally my favorite course inside of the personal development school. I'll put a link to a free trial in the description box below. It's pretty intense. Like there's a lot that you're going to learn and take away from it. But it really helps you understand your emotions, master your emotional state, reprogram your subconscious mind, learn how the subconscious mind works so that you can do reprogramming work. Really, really powerful stuff. Will create many changes in any different area of your life that you can use it that's needed, whether it's career, finances, relationships, just self-esteem, feelings about yourself. So you can check it out. There's a link to the description. There's a link in the description box below that is to our All Access Membership Pass, which gives you access to all the different courses we have on our site for free. You can try them for 7 days, but I highly recommend, if this is something you're looking to work on, start with the Master Your Emotional State course. It'll go way in depth and will help you really deal with root causes and reprogram beliefs at the subconscious level in a more powerful way. So you don't even have to keep dealing with these things coming back, the pain or the suffering. So check it out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.